what I'm going to talk about is a simple hospital recommendation system that I developed by Shiny. It's like a data product prototype that I use the public data set from the CMS.org, which is Medicaid and Medicare official website. They have a lot of public data available, like hospitals, hospital quality, hospital cost, diagnosis related, group related cost, something like that. And the motivation that I'm developing this prototype is that sometimes it might be really difficult for Medicaid patients to find out and compare the quality and cost data of the hospitals. And as the sequence, some patients may end up like getting really bad quality of care, but still has to pay insanely high medical bills. So what I'm doing here is trying to combine the medical cost data with the hospital quality of care data, and I make the comparison, and based on the patient's needs to provide them the options that has higher quality of care, but at the same time lower medical bills. So to the first section, I will do some data explorations using those public data. So the data source is from CMS. The data structure will be divided into 4 sections: hospitals, cost, quality, and diagnosis informations. And I will do some simple data visualization on them. So in terms of the number of hospitals in the US, around 4,800 hospitals. And that data is from, I believe it is in late 2016. It is not the most up-to-date data because I did this project around like 2 years ago. And this is the hospital type. The hospital type can be divided into 3 types. One is voluntary nonprofit, government, and others. And we can see the more than half of the hospitals are voluntary nonprofit. And this is the percentage of voluntary hospital by state. So this is a heat map in terms of red, showing the percentage of voluntary hospital by each state. And this is the quality information, the hospital overall rating, from 1 to 5. 5 means the best quality of care, 1 means the worst. And we can see it is a normal distribution, with most of the hospitals that has level 3 of quality of care. And this is the hospital rating by hospital type. We can see the average quality of care. In terms of average quality of care, voluntary nonprofit has the best quality of care comparing to the government-owned hospital and other type of hospital. This is quality information overall rating by state. And the next we're going to look at the cost information, the total hospital payments, and Medicare reimbursement by DRG. Here we can see so I use ggplot, create a boolean, a box plot, and it shows that infection and ortho procedures has the highest average hospital payment and Medicare reimbursement. So this one is the Medicare reimbursement rate by diagnosis related group. So when I say the medical reimbursement rate, it means the amount of cost that reimbursed by Medicare divided by the total charge from the hospital. It becomes a percentage, and we can see that infection, circulate, ortho, kidney, respiratory related DRG are reimbursement relatively higher than other DRGs. And this shows the out-of-pocket payment by DRG. When I say out-of-pocket payment, it means the total amount of charge from the hospital minus the total amount reimbursed by the Medicaid. And it shows that the ortho procedure usually has the highest average out-of-pocket payment at an average $2,367. And this is the relationship between total payment and Medicare reimbursement rate. We can see that usually, I have three findings here. Usually the lowest quality rating hospital usually charge the most on average, but has the highest Medicare reimbursement rate. And the second is the average total payment of rating 3, which is the medium quality of care, and rating 4 has a relatively lower cost and also has a decent reimbursement rate at around 83%. And the average total payment of best quality hospital is slightly higher than the rating 3 and 4, but has lower reimbursement rate. So it's like a premium option for the Medicaid patients. So we can divide these hospitals into 4 categories. The level 5 quality of care, which is 5-star, that is has higher quality of care but higher cost. Level 3 and 4 have lower cost but at the same time maintain the higher quality of care. The level 1 and 2, they are at lower quality but at a relatively higher cost. So based on these findings, this is my user interface that I create. What I use is I was trying to, so this is the logic that I want to, that the recommendation system follows. I would recommend those Medicaid patients with the 5-star because it has the most quality of care, because quality comes the first when comparing to cost. And also, if the patient has limited budget, I will also suggest a level 3 and 4 stars, level 3 and 4 quality of care hospitals to them. And I would not recommend the 1-star and 2-star level of care hospitals to the patients. And following this logic, this is the user interface. So you have a preference control panel. You can put in your diagnosis related group, like what kind of problem you have, and you can input in your current location. Say right now I'm at 8th Avenue around 34th Street in Manhattan, and I want to search all of the hospitals within 20 miles of my current location, and I only want to this application show me the quality of care greater than 3, greater or equal to 3, and it will, when you click the refresh now button, it will pop up all of the hospital with different colors of icon, and this here is the list of hospitals that recommended that show up based on the level of care and the level of cost. So let me show you how this application works right now. Yeah. Let's say if I have infraction or spinal fusion problem, and I want to search right now, it will provide me all of the hospitals that are within 10 miles of my current location. And when I click on the first hospital that listed here, it will show you Holy Name Medical Center. The quality comparison has higher quality. The cost is at the relatively lower cost. The overall rating is 4 out of 5. It will give you more detailed information about the number of inpatient discharged during the from 2011 to 2014, the average total payment, and the average total Medicare payment. And you can also see, for example, the hospital for special surgery. It is the best quality of care, 96 out of 100, and the out of pocket is 4,800. So this is it.